In the dim glow of a San Francisco bar called The Anchor, I nursed a whiskey neat, hoping the quiet hum of conversations would drown out the chaos in my head. It was supposed to be a low-key evening after a brutal week at the tech startup where I coded away my frustrations, but as I shifted on the stool, I felt an unmistakable rip. My underwear had given way at the seam, leaving me exposed in the most mortifying way imaginable. Panicking, I glanced around, and that's when my eyes locked with his. A sharp-jawed guy across the room, smirking like he'd witnessed the whole silent disaster. His name was Vance. I learned moments later when he sauntered over, sliding onto the stool next to mine with a casual ease that made my heart race. "Rough night?" he asked, his voice low and amused, eyes twinkling under the bar lights. I stammered something about cheap fabric and bad luck, my face burning, but he just laughed. A genuine warm sound that cut through my embarrassment. Vance was a graphic designer, originally from a small town in Texas, now thriving in the Bay Area's creative scene. We talked for hours that night, jumping from favorite bands to the absurdities of city life, and by closing time, I realized this awkward mishap had sparked something real. The next morning, nursing a mild hangover, I found his number scribbled on a napkin in my pocket. I texted him, half expecting radio silence, but he replied almost instantly, "Coffee? Let's make up for that underwear fiasco." We met at a cozy spot in the Mission District, where murals splashed color on every wall. Over lattes, Vance opened up about his journey. Coming out in high school had been a battle, with his conservative family cutting ties for years. "They thought it was a phase," he said, stirring his drink absently. "But I built my life here, away from all that judgment." I shared my own story. Growing up in suburban Chicago, I'd always known I was gay, but I'd kept it locked away, focusing on career over connections. My parents were supportive in theory, but they'd never met anyone I dated, and the idea of bringing a guy home felt like stepping on a landmine. As weeks turned into months, our dates became routine. Hikes in Golden Gate Park, late-night movies, stolen kisses in quiet alleys. Vance challenged me in ways I'd never experienced. He was outspoken about LGBTQ rights, volunteering at local pride events and pushing back against casual homophobia in conversations. One evening, as we walked hand in hand through Castro Street, a group of tourists stared a bit too long. "Ignore them," Vance whispered, squeezing my hand. But I pulled away instinctively, my old fears bubbling up. "What if someone from work sees?" I muttered. He stopped, turning to face me with a mix of hurt and understanding. "Ethan, we're in one of the most accepting places in the world. When are you going to stop hiding?" That question lingered, creating the first crack in our budding romance. At my job, the startup culture was progressive on paper. Rainbow flags in June, diversity training, but whispers about fitting in made me cautious. Vance, on the other hand, wore his identity like armor, attending rallies and posting about equality on social media. Our differences sparked debates. He'd argue for visibility, while I'd counter with pragmatism, citing stories of colleagues passed over for promotions after coming out. One night, over dinner at his apartment, it escalated. "You're living a half-life," he said, frustration edging his voice. "I get being careful, but this? It's like you're ashamed." I shot back, "Not everyone has your courage, Vance. Some of us have families who might not understand." We slept apart that night, the silence heavy. Despite the tension, we pushed forward. Vance invited me to a fundraiser for queer youth, held at a community center in Oakland. Reluctantly, I went, surrounded by stories of resilience that mirrored his own. A young speaker shared how rejection from parents led to homelessness, and it hit me hard. My own hesitations seemed small in comparison. Afterward, as we drove back, I apologized. "You're right. I need to step up." He smiled, pulling over to kiss me. Together, then, that moment felt like a turning point, but little did I know, bigger storms were brewing. My best friend, Sarah, had been my confidant since college. When I told her about Vance, she was thrilled, but she warned me about the realities. "Societies come far, but not everywhere," she said. "Think about your folks." I brushed it off, but then came the invitation. My sister's wedding in Chicago. Bring a +1, the card read. Heart-pounding, I asked Vance to come. As my date, he clarified, eyes wide. Yes, I said firmly. It was a leap, but one I was ready for, or so I thought. The flight was tense. Vance sensed my nerves. If it's too much, we can say I'm a friend, he offered. No, I insisted. This is us. Landing in O'Hare, the Midwest chill mirrored the reception I feared. At the rehearsal dinner, I introduced him. Mom, Dad, this is Vance, my boyfriend. The table went quiet. My mom forced a smile. Nice to meet you. But my dad excused himself early, muttering about jet lag. Later, in our hotel room, Vance held me as I vented. Give them time, he said. But time wasn't on our side. The wedding day was beautiful, flowers, vows, dancing, but undercurrents swirled. My uncle, a staunch traditionalist, cornered me at the bar. So this Vance, you're serious? His tone dripped disapproval. Yes, I replied, chin up. Times change, Uncle Rob. He scoffed. Not for everyone. Think about the family name. Vance overheard, stepping in calmly. With respect, sir, love doesn't tarnish names. Hate does. The exchange spread like wildfire. Whispers followed us all night. My sister pulled me aside. Ethan, I support you, but Dad's furious. He thinks you're making a scene. Back in San Francisco, the fallout hit hard. My parents called. A strained conversation where Mom tiptoed around acceptance, but Dad laid it out. We raised you better than this lifestyle choice. It's not a choice, I snapped. And Vance is part of my life. They hung up, leaving me reeling. Vance was my rock, but even he cracked under pressure. His own family had reached out after years of silence, prompted by a social media post of us together. They want to reconcile, he confessed one evening. But only if I tone it down, no more public displays. This revelation sparked our biggest fight yet. So, you're considering it? I accused. After pushing me to be open, he paced the room. It's complicated, Ethan. Their blood. What if compromising means healing? I felt betrayed. Compromising who you are? That's not healing. That's erasure. The argument ended in tears, both of us questioning if our worlds could truly merge. Work added fuel to the fire. A promotion opportunity arose, but rumors swirled that my personal life was distracting. My boss, in a veiled comment during a review, said, "Focus on the code, not the causes." Vance encouraged me to fight it, but exhaustion set in. One night, as we sat on his balcony overlooking the bay, he asked, "Do we keep pushing, or protect what we have?" I didn't have an answer. Months later, a pivotal moment arrived. Pride Month. Vance was organizing a march and he wanted me there, front and center. "This is about us," he urged. But my family had invited me home for a talk, hinting at reconciliation if I came alone. The choice tore at me. Stand with Vance and risk permanent family rift, or go home and potentially lose him. I chose the march. Standing amid the rainbow flags, chanting for equality, I felt alive. Vance beamed beside me, our hands linked. But that night, a call from my sister. Dad had a health scare, stress-related. Guilt crashed over me. Did I cause this? I wondered aloud to Vance. He held me. No, but choices have consequences. Our relationship deepened through the trials, but scars remained. Vance's family never fully came around, and mine tiptoed toward tolerance. We navigated job changes, me to a more inclusive firm, him freelancing to control his narrative. Yet, societal pressures lingered. Friends lost, stares endured, debates over normalcy. One evening, as we watched the sunset from Twin Peaks, Vance turned to me. "We've fought through so much. Was it worth it?" I nodded, but doubts whispered. Life as a gay couple in America was a mosaic of joy and jagged edges. In the end, we built a life together, flawed but fierce. But the question remains. In a world that claims progress, is hiding parts of yourself ever truly a choice? Or is it society's silent demand? True or false?